Well, here we are. This is day 48 of Simple and Sinister. I am your host, Raymond Burton. Some backstory on this. When we first started, um, I did not have a full squat at all because I think it was because I tore the hip flexor on that side, but I think on the opposite side actually of my right side I tore, and then my left side I think was overcompensating. But anyways, long story short, getting on this program here, and starting, you can see here on the very first rep, still all gunky, and just working into it. And on a good day, when I'm actually a trained conductor usually during the day here. On a day when I don't put a lot of miles on, I can actually sink down. So it's getting better. And 48 days in, I think that's fantastic to be able to fix an injury that has been plaguing me for, I think it's almost 2 years now that it's been acting up, because that's when I hurt my back doing some construction work. But the quad tear there, or could be rectus femoris, I don't know, hip flexor, somewhere in there, happened doing squats, getting ready for the 2002 light heavyweight bodybuilding competition here in Alberta, um, which I won, and that was good, but I paid the price. 20 years later, still keeps rearing its ugly head, but yeah. So anyway, that's why I figured I would start on this Simple and Sinister, because with the shift work and sometimes little to no sleep, crap eating and stuff on the train, I needed something that would make me work right, with minimal, proper sleep, proper feeding, and all that. So I finally, 48 days ago, picked up my first kettlebell, which is that one right there, 16 kg. And on the first day, I could not do one get up. I couldn't. I couldn't get off the floor. Yeah, and I was like, "What in the holy heck is going on here?" So, and the first couple times I did these halos here. I used to call them hamster wheels, but that was a long time ago, before, I guess, before it became a kettlebell thing. I don't know, but they're halos now, or always have been. And yeah, those are great for the shoulders. I forgot what I was saying, but anyways, I needed something that I could click and clack at every day, so this is why Simple and Sinister every day. And I'm going to keep doing it until we get the Sinister, which is going to be a 32 kg kettlebell. And who knows, that could take a couple of years. So right here, kind of hanging out in the bottom, doing some curls, and I'm just trying to get that ankle dorsiflexion, basically the ability of my ankle to bend, so I can get into the squat deeper. But the more I do this routine, the more it reveals things to me. And what I thought was a lot of ankle stuff could also be improper hip flexion and improper knee flexion. So I've been working on that too. These bridges, I couldn't get my hands to touch my heels when I first started, because my knee would bend that little. And so over time, as much as I look like an old man getting up there, it's huge improvement. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Now, where are we at here? So that's basically the background of what we're doing here. This is the warm-up for the Simple and Sinister, as per usual. So it starts off with 5 halos, and then you go to the 5 bridges, and then 5 goblet squats, or whatever order, and you do 3 rounds, and that basically gets you warmed up. Now, I didn't do it today, but what I usually do is, because of how stiff I am from the hips down, I usually go through some like downward facing dogs and some calf raises just to kind of loosen it up before I first go into the goblet squats and stuff. And like here, I'm starting to get loosened up some, but there's still quite a bit of forward lean. Um, the fact that I can get down there for me is awesome. And the biggest breakthrough on, I tried holding on to the doorknob and working down. I tried goblet squats every morning, and they all help because any movement helps you move better. The thing that actually helped me the most was, is it Thomas or Tom Kurz? He's the guy that you see doing the splits, the Van Damme splits between the chairs. That's not Van Damme. He has a stretching program, and in that program, he does what kind of look like goblet squats, but he uses plates. Well, I think he might use goblets too, but anyway, he does them facing the wall, and basically his toes are touching the wall. And in order to get down, oh yeah, I want to show you something here. I think that's why I walked up. So when yeah, so when I'm going about to go into the swings here, I put X's. So you're supposed to do, 10 and then take a break, and then do another 10. But because I'm getting used to this bell now, I just do the right one and then I do the left one really without taking a break. So I bang out 20. So then I just put one line for left, one line for right. It makes an X, and I know I've done 20. So here with the swings, I just saw Pavel, not the Pavel that we know that wrote this, but the other Pavel. Anyway, and he was doing this kind of arm thing going, and I just was trying to do it this session, but it's kind of funky. I think it's like riding a bicycle. When you try to think about doing something, it looks stupid. So that's what's happening there. Next time I'll just either practice it some more or I will abandon it. I don't know which. Yeah, so what happens is I put one line for one, and then I put one line for the other, and then once I have 5 X's, I know I've done my 100. But the other thing I did when I first started was on the vertical side, I would put a straight line. And that straight line there is how I keep track of the Turkish get-ups, which is 1 per side, right? So 5 per side equals 10, but I put a line there to let me know that I've done 1 per side, 5 times, 5 X's. Anyways, that's something I've come to. But anyway, this is the other thing that I do every morning. And right now I'm just trying to fill time because this is the first time I've filmed this. And I was like, yeah, so what am I supposed to do right now? But this is a great way to start working into the full back bridge. You do the little bridges on the floor. Great. But what about your upper body, right? So what I would do is I circle around with one arm like this, and I'll go 5 times one way, and then I'll go 5 times the other, and then I'll switch arms. And first thing in the morning, this will make your spine snap, crackle, and pop, and feels real good. I have a series of moves I do after this, all geared towards the bridge, but it doesn't feel like working out at all. If anything, it just makes me feel like ready to go for the day. And there's certain things that I do, like let's just say I was trying to work on the bottom of the squat, that when I do them, like if I'm sitting down, I'm like, I gotta go do this. But this series of stuff I do in the morning there, including those wall circles I just did there, I never don't want to do them because how they make me feel right after is so good. So I do that. And I think we're on round 2 or 3 now. So let's see, what was I thinking about? Oh yes, yesterday I posted a video about visualization for success. And I don't know. I don't want that to come across as too floofy. Um, but I find like, what am I, 44? I'm 46 now. And a lot of the times I still feel like I'm trying to get my shit together. And I think a lot of that has to do with a lack of focus, which is one of the reasons why. Oh, this is one of the movements I do in the morning here. Usually do 5 per side there. I open up and then I try to touch the elbow to the ground. And then the other thing to keep in mind is the rear leg extending there, squeeze that butt cheek and stretching out the hip flexors. Like there's many things going on in that stretch, and you just kind of emphasize the thing that you feel like needs the most work that morning. You can do 1, 2, 3 rounds, whatever you want, or just if you're doing desk work, like right now I'm sitting in front of my computer. When I get up, I might bang out a couple of those just to loosen up. Um, but anyway, yeah, that floofy thing yesterday with the visualization, I realized that I don't have too much problem focusing on fitness. Now, I might be a routine jumper sometimes, which is bad. Not if you're having fun, but bad for results. But outside of fitness, I can't even seem to want to pick a goal very much. And that becomes very apparent when you look at, like, say, um, my career or my finances and my general lack of, what can I say, enthusiasm for life outside of fitness, because I don't really know what I feel is worth time. When I'm working out, I feel like I'm on point, I'm doing something, I know what needs to be done. And so when it comes to the visualization, I can I know the smells of working out, the sounds of working out, the feelings, all of that stuff. So it's easy for me to put the goal in my brain, visualize it, fall asleep. My subconscious, tells me when I wake up maybe what moves I need to do to fix some things. This is another one of the evening movements, or sorry, back bridge movements there. And then I'll just drop one hip and then the other hip side to side to kind of open up the hip flexor. Um, so with the visualization, I've been trying to seriously figure out what it is that combines the things that I'm interested in that maybe somebody else will be interested in. Because as far as careers go, well, I used to be a trainer, um, but then I couldn't keep that business going because of my overhead. I couldn't generate enough business, so I stopped doing that years ago. And ever since then, I've been jumping from thing to thing to thing, and the all those things have been just like trying to find money. None of it has been because, oh, this is what I want to do. The train conductor thing actually seemed pretty cool, and I really do enjoy doing it. That's the fourth round of swings, one to go. And I do enjoy being a train conductor, but I hate the schedule and the lack of sleep and different kitchens all the time. It's like kind of being in the military, but forever. Like the tour is never over. um, and I make that comparison not lightly because I'm used to be ex Canadian infantry, and I did a tour in Bosnia. So yeah, so that's the reason why I'm probably going to get out of being a train conductor as well. Um, and then I thought the other day, I like philosophy, but not the sort of navel gazing philosophy, more like stoicism. Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. Um, because it's very factual and it does help. But again, the thing is remembering and focusing on the stuff that you've learned. So, anyways, with all that and with the philosophy and the training, I was like, I don't know how these two things are going to meet. And anytime it seems like you divide your focus, like let's say I had a YouTube channel for fitness, and then I had a YouTube channel for, like yesterday, I tried to do this visualization thing for goal setting. Well, now I have a split, and I don't know which to focus my time on, which then becomes confusion, which can be followed by anxiety and indecision, and then apathy. So nobody really wants that. Um, and then I had this idea: was what if I do what I do every day anyway, and I just recorded it? So I'm doing simple and sinister every day, plus some other stuff like every second day. I'm throwing in some overhead presses, uh, and I'm supersetting those with chins, and that kind of falls into the routine, the other routine from Enter the Kettlebell called Rite of Passage. But I'm not really ready for Rite of Passage because you're not really supposed to do that program until you get up to the 32K on the Simple and Sinister. But I just feel like I needed to do a little bit more squat stuff and a little bit more pump stuff. Just because I'm trying to justify not following the program correctly. But I've only done it like a week now, so 3 workouts. But the ladder presses and chins, I enjoy it. And you know what? Like I said, it's such a big part of my life that I want to do it. So we'll see if I can make the 2 programs jive. I mean, really, it's only a couple extra shoulder presses and some chins, and 2 extra sets of squats over the 3 goblet squats that you get on Simple and Sinister, anyways. So the only thing I might have to not do is no. I'm gonna do simple. See, what I do is I Simple and Sinisters every day, but every second day I add in some extra squats and the shoulder presses and chins. I don't think that's too much, but we'll see. See how long I can keep it up. So, anyways, I thought, yeah, I'm doing Simple and Sinister every day. It takes like 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Probably going to take even longer once I jump up to my 24. Yeah, like so here I'm switching over to Turkish get-ups. And I have no idea how to film all this stuff and make it work. One cool thing about this, though, is you can see how small my room is. Like, it's maybe 12 by 10, maybe? Something like that. Full of, like, and I'm sitting at that desk right now recording the audio for this. That's in front of me. And then my cat has her bed. As you can see, the strawberry over on the side there. And there's my med balls and my ammo cans. But the cool thing about this routine, too, is you can do it anywhere. So anyway, along with Simple and Sinister, every morning I wake up and I study people that I think are successful either through like who they've become. Like you look at Clint Eastwood, I figure like that's a dude, man. Like he just seems like he's got his stuff together. But also like Earl Nightingale and Jim Rohn and all the old Greek philosophers. Who else? There's some early writers like 1910, 1920 that are outside the public domain now that I think they have some stuff. Some of them are a little off base, but if you pick and choose, then there's also like Napoleon Hill. So I read all that stuff and try to figure out, you know, how did these people become so successful? And it's starting to come together. And the big one that I've come across so far, and I'm not sure if you could call it either focus or desire or persistence. It's kind of all of those. because there's just not enough time and energy to chase two rabbits, I guess is the expression. You chase two rabbits and you're not going to catch either one. So you have to be very careful about the number of goals you set. And all the stuff I've been reading keeps saying you got to pick the thing that you really want, and then stick with it. And stick with it until you get it. And you can't waver. You can't go back. You have to burn your ships. It's all or nothing. And the cool thing is you can try to do something that you think will work that you don't care too much about and fail, and then you'll be very upset with yourself because you've wasted a lot of time and you didn't have any fun. Or you can pick something or some things that you really like, and you can try to share them with the world and try to help people with them. And if you like them and you failed, you still had a good time doing it, and you probably learned things that you needed to learn yourself. Oh, see right there? I tried going a little bit more sideways coming down out of the Turkish get-up. Just experimenting. The more I do these, trying to find a better flow and stuff, and that was actually not bad, but then I tried to do it on this side and it didn't work so well. Yeah. So anyway, mixing together great success thinkers and touch points or like checklists of success. Earl Nightingale called them riches, but the riches are whatever it is you truly desire. It doesn't have to be like money and stuff, right? Like, so for me right now, my riches is I want to be strong and flexible, and I want my body to be able to do the things that I want it to do so I can enjoy vacations and all that stuff well into old age. So I want to be strong, flexible, and capable. So that's my riches from fitness. And right now, Simple and Sinister is paying off in those areas for me. And it takes me, like this video, 23 minutes, right? The other riches I want is at 46, I don't have a pension, and I need to start creating revenue streams. I'm an electrician, a Red Seal electrician, train conductor, ex-military, personal trainer, certified in a couple different things, past bodybuilder, all of these things, but it needs to be narrowed down, drilled into, and specialized in to make money. There needs to be that focus there. So these success principles, along with this routine happening daily, I think is a nice meld. And I thought I would share that with you and film this first day and see who's out there. It's 2,000 something subscribers, and I don't know if anybody's still there watching. So I hope so. And let me know in the comments. And thanks for being here with me today. Have a great day.